Hey guys, a few weeks ago I saw a video on one of my subscribers, Outdoor Enthusiast 101, did a two-part video showing, I believe it was Easy 6 knife, where he did some custom scales for it. And I really liked that video he did. And if you guys haven't seen his channel, you might want to check it out. He's got some really cool videos. He's from the UK, and he's got some real handy work doing knife scales and things like that. So what I thought I'd do is I was going to do my own. Mine is a Ontario Rat 5, and I've beat this thing so much the paint's actually starting to chip off of it. So I decided I'll go ahead and strip the black off like my buddy did and redo the scales on it, because I don't really like the scales that come on it. I know they're durable and they look good, but I just don't like the way it feels. So I thought I would order some scales. I got these in yesterday, and I haven't decided which side I'm going to use, but this is Cocabola, and this stuff's got some sick grain on it. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but I ordered this off of eBay, and it wasn't too bad. I think I paid $9 for both of them. But anyway, I thought I would take you guys through this as I do it. It's probably going to be probably a 3-part video, because I don't want to make each video too long where you guys get bored. I would get bored. Anyway, hang in there with me. I'll go ahead and take the scales off of this. There's no need for you guys to see that. All it is a couple of screws through here, and just take that off. And then I'll take you guys on to the next step. Alright guys, I got the scales off of it. That wasn't too bad. It took me a few minutes to find a bit that would fit this, but finally found it and got it off. It wasn't too bad. Okay, so I'm going to start with this clean stripper that I got from Home Depot. It says it works in less than 15 minutes, and basically looks like snot. So we'll see if it works. I'm going to do one side and wait the 15 minutes and clean it off, and then go ahead and do the other side. And when you're doing this kind of stuff, I suggest that you wear some kind of gloves and some kind of safety glasses. Of course, what I'm using may not do nothing with this chemical, but at least I got something. Alright, now I need something to pour this in. We'll just pour it in this. Make sure I pour enough. Alright, and I'm just going to use these little brushes, I guess you use for glue. And just sop it on here. And just pour a little bit on here. There's some nasty looking stuff. But I don't really care for this black powder coat on it, so no matter what I do, it's gonna make it look better. And I guess this is one of those boring parts. I'll get this put on there real good. Go ahead and get it down in the holes. Hey, I can see it coming up already. This stuff works pretty fast. Good deal. Alright guys, we'll wait to 15 minutes and then I'll bring you back and we'll wipe it off and see how it's going from there. Alright guys, I'm not sure how long it's been. It's been at least 30 minutes. And I checked it, and I guess because it's so cool in my garage, now outside it's probably 40 degrees, I guess. It's not coming up like it should. I mean, you can see a little bit coming up. But I know if I take something and scrape it, and it'll start peeling off. So it may have just not been warm enough in my garage to really activate the chemicals in it. But you know how the old saying goes, nothing's ever easy. Yeah, it may end up taking a couple of coats, I believe. Yeah, it's coming off. But being the time of the year, this may be a kind of a slow process. Looks nasty right now. Alright guys, well I won't make y'all watch me try to clean this thing off. I'll go ahead and get the paint stripped off and bring you guys back to see what the next step is that I do. Basically it's just going to be a matter of putting several coats on it to get this black paint off. So anyway, hang tight guys, I'll be back. Alright, I got all the paint off of it, and I did a little bit of sanding on it with 500 grit wet and dry sandpaper, and then I went to 1,000 and did it by hand and used a little bit of water with the 1,000. I wasn't too worried about it being real shiny. I kind of liked a little bit of matte finish and kind of dirty looking, because it's going to get dirty anyway if you use it. Also, I didn't like that point that was on here. So what I did is I went over to my little 1-inch belt sander and just rounded that off, and also put it on the belt sander and sanded this down just a little bit to make it a sharp edge where I could use it with my fire steel, because I didn't want to strike real good with the way it was before, because it was a little rounded off. So the next stage is I'm going to draw my pattern on my scales. So I want this side to be showing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of eye this. Let's see, I'll put them both together. If I can decide which way I want to do this. Yeah, I kind of like the other side. Alright, so I want it right here, fairly close to the edge. And I'll just take a fine Sharpie. And go around. I ain't too worried about it being exact. I want to have a little bit of room to sand with. Alright, I'll make sure I'm doing them the same. Put this one on here. That's about right. I was asked one time about the difference, if I thought there was a difference in the quality of the, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, the EZ6 and the Ontario Rat 5. Judging by my buddy's video when he did this, there's a little bit of difference as far as how clean the metal was. I mean, because it's pretty gnarly and scratched up underneath, which is not a big deal. You're not going to see it anyway. But also notice that under the powder coat, you can see the scrape marks going down. That may not matter. As far as I'm concerned, it won't matter. Do I think there's a difference in the quality of the way they're made? I don't know, maybe. Do I think it matters? Nah. I'm very happy with this so far. So anyway, guys, I'll pull out my sander. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Not my sander, but my jigsaw, and I'm going to cut this out and get it fairly close, and then we'll glue this thing together and then get to sanding on it. I left off one thing when I left you the last time. I forgot to drill the little holes in here, and I'm not going to put pegs in it. I'm just going to slap the 2-part epoxy on it, and I'm pretty confident that that's going to hold it. And also went ahead and put some blue painter's tape around the blade. I'm not really worried about protecting the blade, more so protecting my fingers, because I have been known to slice my fingers before. Alright, so the next step, what I'm going to use is DevCon 5-minute epoxy. Make sure you guys can see that. And basically it's the same as 2-ton epoxy, or the 2 separate epoxies you can buy at Home Depot. I think the DevCon's getting hard to find. I know it is around here, and the last time I saw it at Walmart, I bought every one they had, so I still had several, and I use it a lot around here with fishing lures and different things. Alright, I'm going to use the bottom of a red Pixie cup to, or Dixie cup to mix it up in. I'm going to just use a little wooden stick I got. I buy these from Walmart in the big old packs, and then I'm going to sop it on with this brush. And guys, before you do anything, make sure you don't use nothing that's your wife's. I have done that before and paid the price. Alright, so all you do with this stuff, let me make sure I got everything right. Got that done, I got that done. I got some paper towels. Always good to have paper towels laying around. I believe that's all I need to do. I always forget to take this little black strip out. There we go. And I'm going to push out a pretty good bit. And you want to try not to get this on your fingers because it is very sticky and it will stay there a while. Alright, I hope I'm not getting off of camera. I'll mix this up real good and it's just clear. And I hope I mixed up enough. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to go ahead and kind of fill these holes. I almost kind of wished I'd have tried the Gorilla Glue like my buddy did. May actually work a little better than this. But we'll see. If I mess it up, I can always start over. Alright, let's get this, try to get this glue down before it starts setting up. Let's see, go this way, goes this way. Alright, I'll just try to line up these little holes best I can. That's good right there. Alright, now let's try to get the rest of this, and you can see it's already starting to set up on me. And I know from using it about how much more time I got left, and it ain't much. Alright, I think I got it on there pretty good. As long as it's covered everything that I need to cover, that's all I'm worried about. And get this out of the way, because it never fails, you always get it on your work table. Check it real good, make sure everything's where it needs to be. And I grab my other clamp here. It's moving on me, so I'm going to have to readjust it. I believe that that's where I need it.
Are you videoing?
Now y'all have to excuse my wife. I clamped this down pretty good. And one last double check. Well, that looks good. Okay guys, we'll let this dry and then we'll get to forming it to the handle of the knife. Alright, the glue's dried and now I'm gonna I think I decided I'm gonna take the shortcut and I'm gonna sand it. I'm gonna start out using my belt sander, or 1-inch belt sander. You guys have seen them from a little cheap 1-inch belt sander from Harbor Freight. And I'm gonna try some little drum sanders that I picked up today from Harbor. Let's see, it wasn't Harbor Freight; it was from Sears. To put on my drill press to kind of do the curvature areas. And so anyway, I'm not gonna make you guys watch that. You guys know what sanders do and how they look. And once I get it sanded down and get ready to go to the next stage, I'll bring you guys back to it.